Hello again. I'm glad to have you back. I am Mark, your host. On the previous video, we did 50 questions. On this segment, we will do the last 50 questions from 51 to 100. Thank you for subscribing and sharing our content. Your team is working with a global client who frequently requests last-minute changes that impact the sprint goals. How should you handle these requests while maintaining Agile principles? A. Incorporate all changes into the sprint backlog immediately. B. Add the changes to the product backlog, prioritize them, and review them during the next sprint planning. C. Ignore the client's requests to maintain focus on the sprint goal. D. Extend the sprint to include the requested changes. Answer. B. Explanation. Managing scope changes through the product backlog ensures they are properly prioritized and allows the team to focus on completing the current sprint goal without disruption. Question 52. Your team has been successfully using Agile practices, but stakeholders still do not understand the benefits of iterative delivery. How can you help stakeholders understand the value of Agile iterations? A. Continue to deliver work in large, infrequent releases to demonstrate the final product. B. Invite stakeholders to attend sprint reviews and showcase the incremental value delivered during each iteration. C. Focus only on finalizing features at the end of the project, without involving stakeholders. D. Educate stakeholders on the Agile process without showing them any deliverables. Answer. B. Explanation. Sprint reviews provide an opportunity for stakeholders to see the incremental value delivered during each iteration, improving their understanding of Agile's benefits. Question 53. During a sprint retrospective, your team identifies a lack of clarity in the acceptance criteria for user stories. What should you do to address this? A. Continue with the same acceptance criteria and proceed with the next sprint. B. Work with the product owner to define clear, actionable acceptance criteria for each user story moving forward. C. Eliminate acceptance criteria and rely on the development team's judgment. D. Assign one person to handle all acceptance criteria and disregard team input. Answer. B. Explanation. Clear acceptance criteria are essential for ensuring that user stories meet the desired outcomes and that the team knows when the work is considered done. Question 54. The team is working on multiple projects and the product owner is struggling to prioritize between them. What should the Scrum Master do to help resolve this? A. Focus only on one project to ensure there is no confusion in the backlog. B. Facilitate a prioritization session with the product owner and stakeholders to align on the most valuable work. C. Allow the product owner to handle prioritization alone without any team involvement. D. Cancel all projects and focus on a single, new project. Answer. B. Explanation. Collaborative prioritization sessions ensure that the product owner, stakeholders, and the team are aligned on the most valuable work, enabling better decision-making and focus. Question 55. Tom's team is facing issues with their sprint planning, often overestimating or underestimating tasks. How can Tom improve the accuracy of estimates for future sprints? A. Use more precise estimation techniques like time-based estimates. B. Continue with the same approach but add more time buffers to each task. C. Encourage the team to use relative estimation techniques, such as story points, to improve consistency. D. Only estimate the high-priority tasks and leave the rest unestimated. Answer. C. Explanation. Relative estimation, such as story points, helps the team make more consistent and accurate estimates by comparing tasks based on complexity rather than exact time. Question 56. You are working with a newly formed Agile team, and some team members are unfamiliar with Agile practices. What is the best way to onboard these members? A. Allow the team members to learn as they go without structured onboarding. B. Provide training on Agile principles, roles, and ceremonies to ensure alignment. C. Keep Agile practices minimal and only introduce them gradually. D. Assign experienced team members to guide the new members, but avoid formal training. Answer. B. Explanation. Providing structured training on Agile principles, roles, and ceremonies helps the team understand the methodology and collaborate effectively from the start. Question 57. The team is using Kanban to manage their workflow, but they are noticing a backlog of tasks in the In Progress column, leading to delays. What should the team do to address this? A. Increase the number of tasks in progress to reduce bottlenecks. B. Set work in progress, WIP, limits to ensure tasks are completed before starting new ones. C. Focus only on completing the tasks in progress and ignore new tasks. D. Remove the In Progress column to streamline the process. Answer. B. Explanation. Setting WIP limits helps manage task flow and prevents bottlenecks by ensuring that work is completed before starting new tasks. Question 58. Your team's sprint goals are often not achieved because they underestimate the complexity of tasks. What can you do to improve the accuracy of sprint planning? A. Increase sprint duration to accommodate underestimation. B. Regularly review and adjust the team's velocity to make more accurate commitments. C. Focus on fewer tasks to avoid overcommitment. D. Stop planning tasks and only work on what comes up during the sprint. Answer. B. Explanation. Regularly reviewing and adjusting velocity allows the team to make more informed commitments based on their past performance, improving sprint planning accuracy. Question 59. A key stakeholder is asking for new features to be added to the current sprint, but the team is already working on high-priority tasks. How should you manage this request? A. Incorporate the new features immediately to meet stakeholder expectations. B. Add the features to the product backlog and prioritize them for future sprints. C. Cancel the current sprint and start fresh with the new features. D. Delay the current sprint and extend the timeline to accommodate the changes. Answer. B. Explanation. Adding changes to the backlog ensures that they are prioritized and addressed in the next appropriate sprint, without disrupting the current sprint goal. Question 60. The team is facing challenges with rapidly changing priorities and a high volume of feedback. What approach will help the team stay aligned with the business objectives? A. Reduce the frequency of feedback to minimize disruptions. B. Regularly engage stakeholders to ensure alignment with priorities and quickly adapt to changes. C. Focus solely on delivering work without involving stakeholders. D. Add extra meetings for stakeholders to manage their expectations. Answer. B. Explanation. Regular stakeholder engagement helps ensure alignment on priorities and allows the team to respond quickly to changes, keeping the focus on delivering value. Question 61. Your team is finding it difficult to achieve their sprint goals because they are taking on too many high-priority tasks. How can the team address this issue? A. Continue taking on high-priority tasks and extend the sprint duration to accommodate the work. B. Reduce the number of tasks in each sprint, focusing on delivering the highest value work. C. Delegate low-priority tasks to external resources. D. Eliminate all non-technical tasks from the sprint to focus solely on development work. Answer. B. Explanation. Reducing the number of tasks and focusing on the highest value work ensures the team can complete the most important tasks effectively while maintaining quality. Question 62. The team's sprint reviews have become less productive because stakeholders are not attending regularly. How can the Scrum Master ensure that stakeholders participate more consistently? A. Schedule the reviews at a time that is more convenient for stakeholders. B. Make attendance mandatory for stakeholders. C. Have the team send regular updates to stakeholders instead of conducting sprint reviews. D. Limit the sprint reviews to only internal team members and exclude stakeholders. Answer. A. Explanation. Scheduling sprint reviews at a time that works for stakeholders ensures they can attend and provide feedback, maintaining engagement and ensuring alignment with business goals. Question 63. Your team has been facing challenges with a lack of clarity in user stories, which leads to rework and delays. How can you improve the clarity of user stories? A. Increase the length of the sprint planning meetings to discuss each story in detail. B. Implement regular backlog refinement sessions to clarify user stories with the team and product owner. C. Avoid using acceptance criteria and leave the stories open-ended. D. Focus only on high-level features and leave the details for the team to figure out. Answer. B. Explanation. Backlog refinement sessions provide the team and product owner an opportunity to clarify user stories, making them clear and actionable before they enter the sprint. Question 64. During a sprint retrospective, the team identifies that they are spending too much time on meetings and not enough on delivering value. What can the Scrum Master do to improve this? A. Remove all meetings to allow the team more time for work. B. Focus on making meetings more efficient by reducing their length and focusing on key discussion points. C. Increase the frequency of meetings to ensure constant communication. D. Assign one person to handle all meetings and reduce team involvement. Answer. B. Explanation. Streamlining meetings and focusing on key discussion points makes them more efficient, allowing the team to stay aligned and continue delivering value without unnecessary interruptions. Question 65. Your team is having trouble completing tasks within the sprint, often because they underestimate the complexity of the work. What is the best approach to improve estimation? A. Increase the number of team members to handle larger tasks. B. Use relative estimation techniques, such as story points, to improve accuracy. C. Focus only on smaller tasks and avoid complex work. D. Allow team members to estimate tasks individually without collaboration. Answer. B. Explanation. Relative estimation, like using story points, helps the team compare tasks based on complexity rather than exact time, improving estimation accuracy and making it easier to plan future work. Question 66. Your team is facing frequent interruptions during the sprint, causing delays. What is the most effective way to reduce these interruptions and maintain focus? A. Allow the team to handle interruptions themselves without intervention. B. Set clear boundaries for when interruptions are acceptable and when focus is needed. C. Extend the sprint duration to accommodate interruptions. D. Ignore interruptions and continue the sprint as planned. Answer. B. Explanation. Setting clear boundaries for interruptions ensures that the team can focus on their tasks while still being responsive to necessary changes. Question 67. Your team is working on a high-priority feature, but they keep encountering unexpected technical challenges that delay progress. What should the Scrum Master do to address this? A. Ignore the technical challenges and continue working on the feature. B. Facilitate a technical spike to explore solutions to the challenges. C. Extend the sprint to allow additional time for the technical challenges. D. Remove the feature from the sprint backlog to focus on easier tasks. Answer. B. Explanation. A technical spike is a time-boxed activity to explore potential solutions to complex challenges, allowing the team to move forward with more information. Question 68. The team is working on a project with evolving requirements, and the product owner is struggling to prioritize them. How can the Scrum Master help? A. Take over the responsibility of prioritizing requirements for the product owner. B. Facilitate regular backlog grooming sessions with the team and product owner to ensure alignment on priorities. C. Ignore the backlog and proceed with whatever the team thinks is most important. D. Allow the team to handle prioritization without consulting the product owner. Answer. B. Explanation. Facilitating regular backlog grooming sessions ensures that the product owner and the team are aligned on priorities, which helps the team focus on delivering the most valuable work. Question 69. Your team is working well, but stakeholders still express concerns about project progress. How can you improve transparency and trust with stakeholders? A. Stop involving stakeholders in the development process entirely. B. Provide stakeholders with regular progress updates through sprint reviews and demos. C. Avoid sharing progress with stakeholders to maintain focus on internal teamwork. D. Only share high-level updates and avoid detailed progress reports. Answer. B. Explanation. Regular sprint reviews and demos ensure that stakeholders are kept informed of progress, enabling them to provide valuable feedback and fostering transparency. Question 70. Your team is not meeting sprint goals due to frequent changes in scope. How can you ensure that the team stays focused on the sprint goal? A. Continuously change the sprint goals to accommodate new scope. B. Add all new changes to the product backlog and prioritize them for future sprints. C. Increase the length of the sprint to accommodate additional scope changes. D. Discard the sprint goal and focus solely on completing as many tasks as possible. Answer. B. Explanation. Adding changes to the product backlog and addressing them in future sprints ensures the current sprint remains focused on the agreed goals, improving the likelihood of successful delivery. Question 71. During a sprint, your team encounters a major technical challenge that could prevent them from achieving the sprint goal. What should the Scrum Master do? A. Ignore the challenge and continue working on the remaining tasks. B. Facilitate a collaborative problem-solving session to address the technical challenge. C. Extend the sprint to accommodate additional work and address the challenge. D. Remove the technical challenge from the sprint and focus on easier tasks. Answer. B. Explanation. A collaborative problem-solving session encourages the team to identify solutions together, aligning with Agile principles of teamwork and continuous improvement. Question 72. The team is consistently unable to complete user stories within the sprint, even though they are planning based on their velocity. What should the Scrum Master do to improve this situation? A. Extend the sprint duration to allow for more time to complete tasks. B. Review the team's estimation techniques and adjust their velocity as needed. C. Decrease the number of stories planned per sprint and focus on completing high-priority items. D. Force the team to work overtime to meet sprint goals. Answer. B. Explanation. Reviewing estimation techniques and adjusting velocity based on historical performance helps the team plan more accurately and avoid overcommitment. Question 73. Your team has been working with Agile for a while, but some team members are still hesitant to embrace the principles of self-organization. What should the Scrum Master do to address this? A. Assign specific tasks to each team member to ensure clarity and prevent confusion. B. Provide coaching and support to encourage self-organization and shared responsibility within the team. C. Allow team members to continue relying on management for direction. D. Remove the self-organization requirement from the team's processes. Answer. B. Explanation. Coaching and support help team members build the confidence needed to embrace self-organization, which is a core principle of Agile. Question 74. Your team is often receiving unclear or incomplete feedback from stakeholders during sprint reviews. How can you improve the quality of feedback during these sessions? A. Allow stakeholders to provide feedback only when they are directly asked. B. Facilitate a structured discussion during sprint reviews to ensure stakeholders provide actionable feedback. C. Ignore feedback and focus solely on completing tasks in the sprint backlog. D. Skip sprint reviews to avoid wasting time with unclear feedback. Answer. B. Explanation. A structured discussion during sprint reviews helps ensure that stakeholders provide actionable and relevant feedback, improving the collaboration between the team and stakeholders. Question 75. The team is facing delays due to frequent changes in the product backlog, often caused by last-minute requests from stakeholders. How should the Scrum Master manage this situation? A. Ignore the request to maintain focus on the sprint goal. B. Collaborate with the product owner to ensure requests are properly prioritized and added to the backlog for future sprints. C. Accommodate all changes immediately, regardless of their impact on the current sprint. D. Cancel the sprint and start fresh with a new set of priorities. Answer. B. Explanation. Collaborating with the product owner to prioritize changes and add them to the backlog ensures that new requests are addressed at the appropriate time without disrupting the current sprint. Question 76. Your team is consistently underperforming in terms of delivering the sprint backlog items. What is the best course of action to improve their performance? A. Decrease the scope of the sprint and focus on fewer tasks. B. Review the team's estimation process and adjust the number of items they commit to based on their past velocity. C. Increase the number of stories planned per sprint to challenge the team. D. Ask the product owner to reduce the quality of the deliverables to meet deadlines. Answer. B. Explanation. Reviewing and adjusting estimation processes based on past velocity helps teams make more realistic commitments, improving their performance. Question 77. Your Agile team is struggling to stay focused on the sprint goal due to frequent changes in direction and unclear priorities from the product owner. What should the Scrum Master do to improve focus? A. Increase the number of sprint reviews to allow for more feedback. B. Facilitate a prioritization session with the product owner and stakeholders to ensure clarity and focus on the sprint goal. C. Allow the team to decide on priorities independently of the product owner. D. Skip the sprint goal and focus on completing as many tasks as possible. Answer. B. Explanation. Facilitating a prioritization session with the product owner and stakeholders ensures that the team has a clear understanding of the highest priorities and can stay focused on the sprint goal. Question 78. Your team's sprint reviews are often dominated by a few vocal stakeholders, leading to other stakeholders being unable to provide their input. What is the best way to handle this situation? A. Allow the vocal stakeholders to continue without interruption. B. Facilitate the discussion to ensure all stakeholders have an opportunity to provide feedback. C. Exclude the vocal stakeholders from the sprint review meetings. D. Limit stakeholder feedback to written reports only. Answer. B. Explanation. Facilitating a balanced discussion during sprint reviews ensures that all stakeholders have an equal opportunity to provide valuable input. Question 79. The team is working with a product backlog that has many poorly defined items, which is slowing down progress. What should the Scrum Master do to help the team work more efficiently? A. Ignore the poorly defined backlog items and proceed with the sprint. B. Collaborate with the product owner to ensure that backlog items are well defined and ready for future sprints. C. Add more backlog items to speed up the development process. D. Allow the team to define the backlog items themselves without input from the product owner. Answer. B. Explanation. Collaborating with the product owner to define and clarify backlog items ensures that the team has well-defined tasks to work on, improving efficiency and reducing uncertainty. Question 80. Your team has been working well with Agile, but they are struggling to collaborate with a new external vendor who does not fully understand Agile practices. How can you address this? A. Ignore the vendor's lack of Agile knowledge and proceed with the work. B. Provide Agile training and onboarding for the vendor to ensure they understand the workflow and can collaborate effectively. C. Rely solely on the internal team to manage the vendor's work. D. Remove the vendor from the project entirely. Answer. B. Explanation. Providing Agile training and onboarding ensures that the vendor understands the process and can collaborate effectively with the team, fostering better alignment and productivity. Question 81. Your Agile team is completing their tasks on time, but the quality of the product is inconsistent. What should you do to address this issue? A. Ignore the quality issues to meet deadlines. B. Integrate quality practices, such as automated testing and peer reviews, into the development process. C. Focus solely on completing tasks and improve quality at the end of the project. D. Reduce the number of tasks in each sprint to improve quality. Answer. B. Explanation. Integrating quality practices like automated testing and peer reviews ensures that quality is built into the development process, resulting in consistent, high-quality deliverables. Question 82. Your team is struggling with estimating the time required for tasks. What technique can help improve their estimation process? A. Use time-based estimation, e.g. hours for each task. B. Use relative estimation techniques like story points to compare tasks based on their complexity. C. Avoid estimation altogether and complete tasks as they come. D. Increase the sprint duration to accommodate inaccurate estimations. Answer. B. Explanation. Relative estimation, such as story points, allows the team to assess complexity and effort, making estimation more consistent and manageable across tasks. Question 83. The team is experiencing frequent scope creep due to unclear communication of priorities. How can the Scrum Master address this? A. Focus only on the team's internal tasks and disregard external communication. B. Facilitate regular meetings between the product owner and the team to ensure alignment and clarify priorities. C. Allow the product owner to decide priorities without consulting the team. D. Increase the number of meetings to keep everyone updated on scope changes. Answer. B. Explanation. Regular meetings between the product owner and the team ensure that everyone is aligned on priorities, which helps prevent scope creep and maintains focus on the sprint goal. Question 84. During the sprint planning meeting, your team members struggle with identifying the right level of detail in user stories. How should you address this? A. Skip the details and start working on the tasks immediately. B. Ensure that the user stories are well defined with acceptance criteria before the sprint begins. C. Ask the product owner to define the user stories for the team. D. Let the team figure out the details as they progress through the sprint. Answer. B. Explanation. Well-defined user stories with clear acceptance criteria ensure that the team understands what needs to be done, reducing ambiguity and improving focus during the sprint. Question 85. The team is struggling with maintaining a sustainable pace due to overcommitment in previous sprints. What should the Scrum Master do to help the team manage their work more effectively? A. Encourage the team to work overtime to catch up. B. Help the team assess their capacity and adjust sprint goals based on realistic commitments. C. Decrease the number of sprints and work on a single backlog item. D. Reduce the quality of deliverables to meet deadlines. Answer. B. Explanation. Helping the team assess their capacity and adjust sprint goals ensures that they can maintain a sustainable pace, avoiding burnout and ensuring consistent delivery. Question 86. Your team is facing significant delays because they are unclear on their individual responsibilities in a cross-functional team. What should the Scrum Master do to resolve this? A. Assign all tasks to a single person to ensure clarity. B. Facilitate team discussions to clarify roles and responsibilities within the team. C. Remove the cross-functional approach and assign roles based on individual expertise. D. Focus on delivering work without worrying about individual roles. Answer. B. Explanation. Clarifying roles and responsibilities through team discussions ensures that everyone understands their contributions and reduces confusion, leading to better collaboration. Question 87. The team is encountering frequent blockers that are preventing them from delivering work on time. How can the Scrum Master help the team overcome these blockers? A. Ignore the blockers and let the team handle them independently. B. Facilitate a discussion with the team to identify and address the blockers together. C. Escalate the blockers to management without involving the team. D. Postpone the sprint until the blockers are resolved externally. Answer. B. Explanation. Facilitating a discussion allows the team to collaboratively address blockers, making it easier to resolve them quickly and keep the sprint on track. Question 88. Your team is performing well, but some team members are struggling to adapt to Agile roles, particularly with the concept of servant leadership. What is the best approach to address this? A. Allow the team to continue without adjusting to Agile roles. B. Provide training on servant leadership and how it empowers the team. C. Assign all decision-making authority to senior management. D. Remove the concept of servant leadership from the team's structure. Answer B. Explanation. Training on servant leadership helps the team understand the role of the Scrum Master and the importance of empowering the team for decision-making and problem-solving. Question 89. During a sprint, the team faces a situation where they realize they are not going to finish a high-priority task. What should the Scrum Master do to handle the situation? A. Ignore the situation and allow the team to finish the task later. B. Facilitate a discussion with the product owner to determine how to handle the incomplete task, possibly moving it to the backlog for future prioritization. C. Assign the task to another team or resource to finish it outside the sprint. D. Extend the sprint to finish the task, ignoring other planned work. Answer. B. Explanation. Discussing with the product owner to reprioritize the task and move it to the backlog ensures that work is completed in the most efficient and valuable way without disrupting the sprint goal. Question 90. The team is consistently completing all planned work early, but they are unsure how to handle the extra time. What is the best way to utilize this time? A. Increase the amount of work planned for the next sprint. B. Use the extra time to address technical debt or work on improvements that will add value to the product. C. Ignore the extra time and wait for the next sprint to start. D. Reduce the scope of future sprints to avoid overloading the team. Answer. B. Explanation. Using extra time to address technical debt or focus on product improvements adds long-term value and ensures continuous improvement in both processes and the product. Question 91. Your team has successfully implemented Agile practices but is struggling to keep pace with frequent changes from stakeholders. How should you address this challenge? A. Ignore stakeholder changes to stay focused on the current sprint. B. Work with stakeholders to prioritize changes and add them to the product backlog for future sprints. C. Incorporate all changes immediately, even if it disrupts the sprint. D. Cancel the sprint and reset the priorities from scratch. Answer. B. Explanation. Collaborating with stakeholders to prioritize changes and adding them to the backlog ensures that changes are incorporated in a controlled and structured way without disrupting current work. Question 92. Your team is facing challenges with work being left unfinished at the end of each sprint. What is the best approach to improve task completion? A. Increase the length of the sprint to allow more time to finish tasks. B. Implement work in progress, WIP limits, and ensure tasks are finished before starting new ones. C. Focus on completing only the highest priority tasks and leave others for the next sprint. D. Ignore unfinished tasks and plan for more work in the next sprint. Answer. B. Explanation. Setting WIP limits ensures that the team focuses on finishing tasks before taking on new ones, reducing delays and improving task completion rates. Question 93. Your team is using Agile practices, but they are still not fully collaborating with stakeholders. How can the Scrum Master improve collaboration between the team and stakeholders? A. Limit stakeholder involvement to sprint reviews only. B. Facilitate regular collaboration between the team and stakeholders to align on priorities and goals. C. Allow the team to work in isolation from stakeholders to focus on development. D. Remove stakeholder involvement and let the team determine what's important. Answer. B. Explanation. Regular collaboration between the team and stakeholders ensures that the team is aligned with the business goals and requirements, improving overall product quality and stakeholder satisfaction. Question 94. The team is struggling to stay on schedule due to frequent changes in priority. How should the Scrum Master help the team maintain focus? A. Ignore changes and keep the team working on their current tasks. B. Help the team adjust to changes by revisiting priorities during backlog refinement and sprint planning. C. Cancel any future changes to avoid disruptions. D. Increase the frequency of sprint reviews to ensure priorities are clear. Answer. B. Explanation. Regularly revisiting priorities during backlog refinement and sprint planning ensures that the team stays focused on the most important work while adapting to changes in a structured manner. Question 95. Your team is facing difficulties with team members who are hesitant to adopt Agile practices. How should you approach this challenge? A. Allow the team to continue with their current methods until they are ready to change. B. Provide training and coaching on Agile practices to help team members understand and embrace the changes. C. Remove Agile practices and return to traditional project management methods. D. Force the team to adopt Agile practices immediately without addressing their concerns. Answer. B. Explanation. Providing training and coaching helps team members understand the benefits of Agile practices and supports them through the transition, fostering greater buy-in and success. Question 96. Your team has encountered a significant delay due to unanticipated challenges in technical execution. What should the Scrum Master do? A. Ignore the delay and proceed with the remaining work. B. Facilitate a discussion with the team to identify the root cause of the technical challenge and find solutions. C. Increase the sprint length to accommodate the technical challenges. D. Delegate the issue to external resources and proceed with the sprint. Answer: B. Explanation. Facilitating a discussion helps the team identify solutions to technical challenges and collaboratively decide how to proceed, maintaining focus on the sprint goal. Question 97. The team's retrospective is not yielding valuable insights and members are disengaged. What should the Scrum Master do to make retrospectives more effective? A. Cancel the retrospectives and focus only on delivering work. B. Use different retrospective formats to re-engage the team and encourage open feedback. C. Force each team member to provide feedback, regardless of comfort. D. Continue with the same retrospective format, assuming it will improve over time. Answer: B. Explanation. Changing retrospective formats keeps them fresh and engaging, encouraging the team to provide valuable feedback and identify improvements. Question 98. Your team is struggling with frequent scope changes that are affecting the current sprint. How should you manage these changes? A. Incorporate all scope changes immediately, regardless of the impact on the sprint. B. Add the changes to the product backlog, prioritize them, and plan to address them in the next sprint. C. Ignore the changes and continue focusing on the sprint backlog. D. Cancel the sprint and start fresh with the new scope. Answer: B. Explanation. Adding scope changes to the backlog and prioritizing them for the next sprint allows the team to remain focused on the current sprint goal while adapting to changes in a structured way. Question 99. The team is completing tasks, but stakeholders are not satisfied with the end result. How can you improve the alignment between the team's work and stakeholder expectations? A. Focus only on completing tasks, ignoring stakeholder feedback. B. Involve stakeholders more frequently throughout the sprint to ensure their feedback is incorporated. C. Deliver work without any stakeholder involvement and address feedback at the end of the project. D. Let the team make all decisions without consulting stakeholders. Answer: B. Explanation. Regular involvement of stakeholders during the sprint helps ensure their expectations are aligned with the team's work and that any necessary adjustments are made early. Question 100. Your team is struggling with frequent changes in requirements during the sprint, and this is causing confusion about the sprint goal. What should the Scrum Master do to manage these changes? A. Ignore the changes and proceed with the sprint as planned. B. Work with the product owner to reprioritize the backlog and add any new changes for future sprints. C. Incorporate the changes immediately to avoid disappointing stakeholders. D. Extend the sprint to accommodate the new requirements. Answer: B. Explanation. Collaborating with the product owner to reprioritize the backlog ensures that changes are addressed in a structured manner, allowing the team to stay focused on the current sprint goal without disruption. That was the final question. We have done all 100 questions. Tell me how you did in the comments section. All the best with your exam preparations. Please subscribe, like, and share our content. I will meet you again on the next video.